Episode 3919, How to See Straight When the World is Spinning.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day and happy Christmas week. Can you believe it? It's finally here. You only have 3 days. Technically, you only have 2 days. If you got any last minute things to do, run to the store now, grab it while you have it. But you got to have a level head. How to see straight when the world is spinning. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. They keep it simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. So are you a little bit like me? Are you wearing toothpicks as, the way to just open your eyes? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to do a no edit here. Why? Because I think we need to understand where we are. I think we need to hear where we mess up. I think we need to understand that this is real and raw and that it's not about perfection anymore. As you know, I don't do a lot of editing here on the podcast. I try to take out a few things, because my mind can wander. I'll have an idea or I say a word and a half or whatever, and it just doesn't come across straight. But I want you to think about the reason for the season. And that's this. God gave his son, Jesus, to be born as a little baby, to be born amongst us. Those who are not perfect, those who are so imperfect, yet to be the only one to walk this earth perfectly and be perfect so that we may have eternal life. Now, I don't know about you, but that just kind of floors me, especially when I'm thinking with my earthly mind. But when I allow myself to shift to my heavenly mindset and what God wants for us, it's like, the angels are singing, and I don't have a great voice right now because I'm fighting a cold or whatever it is. It's ridiculous, but we get through it, right? And sometimes I think we just push and push and push to get through. But the holiday season, it really should bring joy and meaning, a deeper joy and a deeper meaning. Yet all too often it feels like the world is spinning faster than ever. Sometimes it's hard knowing how to see straight when the world is spinning. That's where the pressures are mounting, events piling up, and endless distractions keep pulling your attention every which way. Are you still trying to find the perfect recipe for whatever you want to bake? Stop. You have 2 days. Maybe for you it's 1 day. Maybe the family's already there and you're like, Christiane, I'm just listening to you so I can have some normalcy. Okay, both of us can do this together. Seriously. I just want you to stop. Because a spinning top is a real thing, even if you don't want to admit it. And when everything around you is out of control, how do you stay grounded in what matters? How do you still make an impact even in the chaos? Because I get it. Life can feel so out of control. Do you remember back in the days where you had the 5 and dime store, right? You had those little, okay, maybe you don't remember, but I lived in a little town that had one of those stores and I loved it. They actually had the cute little bar that you would go up to and you would order your soda fountain or whatever, and it'd be shakes and malts. It was the real deal. It was awesome. Well, you also could take 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents, and you could buy a lot of cool stuff with it. Now, I was a kid then, so a lot of cool stuff could be 5 things, and I felt like I was a millionaire when I really wasn't. But to me, it was like, yes, I remember those plastic tops. They came in all different colors, and you could spin them, right? And if you did it just right, they would spin, and it seemed like it was forever until they just toppled over and then stopped. Well, this is the problem. We're living life just like that, a spinning top. And that is a real thing. But if you keep doing that in your life, it's no wonder that your mind is all a jumble. You don't even have the right words or syllables to put together. You're tired. The toothpicks in your eyes, that's a real deal too. And your eyes are beginning to hurt. In fact, even listening to me, you're like, Christiane, I'm just going to fall asleep to you. That's okay. I can use my quiet voice too. You don't have to lose who you are this Christmas just because the world feels wild. Impact isn't about changing the whole planet in one swipe. It's about doing what matters most in the circles you touch, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your church, your colleagues, and even your community. And it can be your online community. My friend, you are meant for more, but you must be willing to find harmony in the spinning. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. Find harmony in the spinning. And I know it's hard to. Have you ever tried to sing while you're going around? I mean, you could be on a fast Ferris wheel. Do Ferris wheels ever go real fast? They probably don't. So that's probably not a good. Oh, but a roller coaster. Have you ever tried that? Okay, the only thing I'm good at on a roller coaster is screaming at the top of my lungs. You can ask the people who are in front of me, and they say, boy, you've got some lungs on you. There's some truth in that comment. But when we are spinning out of control, we have to find harmony. There has to be something that evens us out. The craziness and chaos, it's not going to stop just because you wish it to. It requires you to find a way to slow down so you spin your wheels less. What does it look like in real life? How do you find harmony in the spinning? Number one, take control of your mindset, even if you can't control the world. You know, chaos and noise outside don't have to dictate your inner world. They don't. You always control your attitude and your choices. You do. Those are your real superpowers. You get to choose. You get to say, this is how I'm going to act today. This is how I feel today. Right? Paul in Philippians 4 verse 8 says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. If we're always thinking about the bad, what do you think we're going to be putting into this world? The bad. Because it's always there on our mind. I get it. Bad things happen. But it doesn't have to be your focus. Make your mind a fortress of hope and gratitude, grace, especially when everything seems upside down. And I know there are seasons that you're like, Christiane, I'm in that right now. Or I'm just coming out of it. Or maybe I'm not in any of it, but you know what? I might be going into it. It's a roller coaster. It's a journey. But you don't have to be set on how fast the roller coaster is. You can actually allow yourself to take your mind out of that from an earthly perspective and look at it from a heavenly perspective. So start each morning by listening and to yourself, tell yourself like, yes, I am grateful for. Speak it out loud. Now, if that's kind of weird to you, and I get it, there are some people like, Christiane, I can't talk to myself. I can't go there. I get it. Not a problem. Then write it down instead. When you take the simple act, it recenters your focus and sets the tone for the day, no matter how out of control the world gets. Why? Because you're focused on something more than just you. The reflection that you see, who is it? Or maybe I should be asking, who do you see? Take control of your mindset, even if you can't control the world. Number 2, simplify your holidays to highlight what truly matters. You know, the holidays don't need to be a never-ending checklist of parties and gifts and stress. In fact, I was just out shopping yesterday, and this sweet young lady, and I say young, she's younger than me, she's probably in her 30s, and I was just watching what she was doing, and I love people watching, and not in a weird way. I just watch patterns, and I want to see, okay, there's a story behind what she just did. And there was a story in her basket. It was just one of those hand carry ones, not the push cart ones. And everything that she put in there was going to tell a story. She bought a stocking. She bought little snack, bags. She bought some chocolates. She bought a car, like a little race car. She bought another toy. And then she bought a couple other things and just this, it was about 50 some dollars worth of stuff. And you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of stuff. It was. But for her, it was the stuff that she needed. It wasn't anybody else's stuff. And sometimes what we're doing is we're looking side to side, trying to say, I want that from your basket. And I want that from your basket. And oh, what about this and that and that? And I'm missing, because if I don't have it in my basket, I have this fear that I'm missing out on something. I'm not good enough. My friend, that's all in your mind. Simplify your holidays to highlight what truly matters. Too often we lose sight of the core reason of the season: connection, generosity, reflection. I mean, think about it. What feeds your soul? You don't want to leave out the most important things, so stop overlooking what you value during this holiday season. Make that a priority. That's what you want in your basket. That's what you want to focus on. Put what feeds your soul at the top of the list. The rest, cut loose. You don't need it. Maybe you want to pick 2 or 3 traditions that bring real joy and let go of the rest. Maybe it's just having a quiet family dinner. Maybe it's having a charcuterie board instead of making this huge ham and turkey feast. Not that that's a bad thing. It sounds delicious. But maybe simplicity is even better. Maybe you just need a day to volunteer. Maybe it's about singing Christmas carols or reading the Christmas story in the Bible. It could be just giving yourself time to unplug. When you strip away the excess, the good stuff shines brighter. Simplify your holidays to highlight what truly matters. That's the reason for the season. That's what you're going for, my friend. And then finally, number 3, make small acts of love your holiday impact. You don't have to fix the vast, swirling problems of the world. And there's a ton of them. Now, if you were to win the Powerball, it's like, yeah. So let me share with you here a little story. I was traveling with my mom, and I was back up in Kansas, and we were doing some shopping, and we stopped to go to the bathroom and grab some hot cocoa and all of this. And it was one of those things where you just kind of, okay, great, this is where we are and what's next. And, it's just this pause. That's the comma in your day. And I was checking out at the register, and there was another gentleman who came up, and he was checking out with, I don't know if it was a drink or something. He had something, one thing in his hand. But what I heard, I wasn't looking at him. What I heard was, I'd like a quick pick. I was like, wait, a quick pick. Wait, that's Powerball. And I turned to my left and I said, what's the Powerball up to? He said, it wasn't chosen. It's like 1.1 billion or whatever. I said, oh my goodness. He goes, I know. If I was to win this, I don't even know. They're saying it'd be like over 600 some million dollars. How do you even spend that kind of money? And I'm thinking, and I just told him, I was like, I can think of a million different ways to spend that kind of money. And he kind of looked at me like, well, eventually you're like, you're going to have everything. Like you just can't keep buying yourself stuff. And I looked at him and I said, oh no, it's a much greater impact than me. I said, I'm talking about changing and impacting the world. That's what you look at when you have that kind of money. What can you do? And in that brief moment, I could tell his wheels were turning because he was self-centered instead of looking outward. His impact was within his own 4 walls, his own life. It wasn't about the world around him. What matters is the difference you make right where you are. It's about saying, okay, what can I do? And with that, it creates what? A ripple effect with small intentional acts. If you had all the money in the world, what could you do with it? I'm not talking about paying off your house and your boat and whatever it is, and then buying an extra car or 2, and then paying off your kids' stuff and going and saying, all the kids you want to go to med school or law school, like, I will pay for anything. Just go do it. Go do it. Go live your life. I want you to go. But the thing is this, anything I give you, you have to go out and make sure you're impacting the world that you touch. You have to do something greater than yourself. Mother Teresa said, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. We may not be able to win the Powerball, but we can have a Powerball mindset where nothing is impossible. This season, your impact is in those small moments. It's the little things that create the ripple effects that create the greater impact. So maybe you need to sit down and write a sincere note to someone who needs some encouragement this holiday season. Maybe you need to quickly go through those winter clothes that you've had and go donate them to a shelter near you. Not just anywhere, but go to a shelter that you know will immediately put those clothes to good use. And maybe it's being a great mom and listening attentively. No questions, just letting your child talk. These simple acts keep you connected to the purpose and spread light when everything else feels dark. My friend, you're not powerless because the world spins wildly. You see straight when you take charge of your mindset, when you refuse to be distracted from what counts, and when you show up with love in your corner of the world. You have a lot of love to give. Isaiah 40 verse 31 reminds us, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Oh, my friend, this holiday season, it's not about your strength. It's about what God gave you. It's about His strength. It's about His love. It's about His grace. And if that's the only thing you capture this holiday season, then you've had the best holiday in the world. Patience, faith, and focused action is going to keep you steady when the world tries to pull you under. And I guarantee you, as soon as you come off of your holiday high, whatever that looks like or feels like, and it may not be great for some people, but to you, it's a holiday high, and that's fabulous. But when it happens, you're going to feel like you're being pulled under again. You don't have to be. Because hope doesn't come from what you do. It comes from whose you are. And because of whose you are, you get to impact the world that you touch. Because impact starts with you this Christmas. Not because you control everything, but because you control the difference you choose to make. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit CreateYourNow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.